It's Thursday, July 2nd, 2020. I'm Tanya Harris, and welcome to TMI Daily, your daily roundup of everything people are talking about online since they aren't allowed to talk about it in person. Last night, Vladimir Putin won a referendum that could potentially keep him in power for another 16 years, which might seem like a long time until you realize that we're stuck with Trump for at least another 4 months. In an interview yesterday with Fox Business, Donald Trump said that the coronavirus would, quote, sort of just disappear one day, I hope, which ironically is the exact same thing that most voters are saying about him. Senator Charles Grassley said that if President Trump can show more empathy, his polls will go up. If Republicans are hoping to see Donald Trump make a comeback by pretending to care about people, all they have to do is watch his acting in Home Alone 2 and realize they need a much better plan. Against the advice of environmentalists, Donald Trump will be presiding over a fireworks display at Mount Rushmore tomorrow. Wow, large crowd, explosions, and national monuments. The last time all that happened, Trump went to his bunker, not South Dakota. Students in Tuscaloosa, Alabama are contracting coronavirus after participating in so-called COVID parties, where they bet to see who can catch the virus first, proving that even the smarter people in Alabama are too stupid to not be in Alabama. The much-hyped premiere of Hamilton on Disney Plus is tomorrow. For the millions of Americans who've been hoping to see the acclaimed musical, it only took 2.7 million infections to make it happen. Thanks, pandemic! Due to the rise in COVID-19 in the U.S., the NHL is looking to host its postseason entirely in Canada. There you go, Trump supporters. He finally did something to make foreigners go back to the country they came from. Speaking of sports, training camps for the coronavirus condensed baseball season have now opened, making this the first time teams will have the opportunity to literally win or die trying. It's been announced that Beavis and Butthead are being rebooted by Comedy Central for 2 new seasons. Considering teens today, this is going to look more like a documentary than a cartoon. After receiving a lot of criticism for promoting a concert in Texas for this weekend, Vanilla Ice has decided to postpone the show to a more appropriate date. Personally, I'd go with 1990, which is the only appropriate date anyone should see a Vanilla Ice concert. Now, let's send it over to tonight's TMI Daily Cast and Crew Roundtable. Stay safe.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of TMI Daily. I'm Veronica Aiello. Happy Thursday. And as always, I'm joined by some of our family members from TMI Hollywood. Also, in a few minutes, we're going to be joined by a flight attendant who will be talking to us about the current state of air travel. So stay tuned for that. Let's say hello to everybody watching at home and listening to our podcast. Let's start with you, Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm coming at you if you're watching the video from beautiful Joshua Tree National Park.
How's the weather there?
Toasty.
Oh, nice. Shada.
Hello, viewers who can see me and those who can't. Hello.
Joe.
Hi, everyone. I'm in 1976 at Disneyland at the America Sings Pavilion.
Chris.
What up, guys?
You, Jess?
Yeah, follow me at the Jess Ellis on Twitter.
And Emma.
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Okay, so let's get started. This morning, Donald Trump held an early press conference to celebrate the new month job report that said that 4.8 million Americans went back to work between May 12th and June 11th, dropping unemployment numbers from 13.3% to 11.1%. These may seem like very encouraging numbers until you dive a little deeper into them. So tonight, we wanted to discuss how announcing 5 million people going back to work could actually hurt Donald Trump's chances of getting reelected. It's fair to say that if the economy got better before November, it would be a boost to Trump's chance, right? It would seem obvious that an improved economy would help Trump the same way that a bad economy hurts him. But there are some signs that not everything is so good. One of the areas that gets classified in the jobs report is whether job losses in the previous month could be categorized as temporary or permanent. In April and May, 88.6 of those losses were classified as temporary. This past month, that number dropped 10% to 78.6%, meaning that nearly 22% of the people who have lost their jobs last month, which translates to 600,000 jobs, will not have a job to go back to when this is over. Of the people here on the panel who were laid off from jobs, are you still considered to be furloughed or have you been let go? Does anybody want to talk about this? Emma.
So I had 2 jobs from which I was furloughed. One of them I still haven't heard from. The other one I've been formally let go. Like that job just doesn't exist anymore. Which is fine. That was the restaurant job, and I was very hesitant about the idea of going back to to serving people anyway. But also it's a little frustrating and weird.
Okay, anybody else want to add anything to that? Okay. Another unencouraging piece of data from the job numbers is the inequality in people going back to work. According to this past month's report, white American employment dropped from nearly 13% in May to 10.1% in June, while Asian Americans are at 13.8%, Hispanic Americans at 14.5%, and African Americans at 15.4%. For a president whose base is almost entirely made up of white Americans, how can these numbers be at all encouraging for the Trump campaign? Any thoughts? Chris.
I don't know if it's just to me. It's just like, I think one of the problems is like, anytime you speak on or you speak, let me put it more personally. When I've spoken to Trump supporters,